don't know if I've seen someone with the drive and passion to make it in the industry like I've seen with you. Cutthroat. It's very, up and down roller coaster of emotion.
He knows his stuff. He's not afraid to go at people.
Well, last time I checked, this is not the Los Angeles LeBron. Well, hello there. It is Sunday morning, first week of NFL Sunday football coming up here in just a couple of minutes here. Again, this episode is pre-recorded in advance. It's going to be slideshow in the background here. Going to be such an exciting moment of gains and so many different opportunities that can and will happen here, folks. Again, the John Allcorn Show, founder and CEO of the God Over Money Sports Network, and now the God Over Money Entertainment Network. Let's go through all the NFL Sunday games that we go through this morning's final thoughts. First game here on Sunday football, here is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Indianapolis Colts. Look, I know that Carson Wentz is healthy, good to go week 1. But can the Colts trust Carson Wentz to stay 100% healthy in this game and to take him as a Seattle Seahawks? Like I said before about the Seattle Seahawks, they're the first quarter team. For the first 4 to 7 weeks, they played very good. Chris Carson, all those good dogs, they're phenomenal players. Hands down, no doubt. But here's the fact of the matter at the end of the day, folks. Seattle is going to beat the Colts on Sunday. I know. Carson Wentz, Command Frank, right? All the stories. They do well for Grant, do like Carson Wentz, faith, man, and that's more important than the game of football. But we're talking about on the field. Carson Wentz versus Russell Wilson. Who you going to trust to play better in week 1? DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Chris Carson, Jamal Adams on the defensive side of the ball. I'm going to pick Seattle to win this game. Now, both sides, if I'm going to pick really when it comes to the better running attack, the Colts have Jonathan Abrams, second-round pick from last year's draft. He can get the ball done in the running and the passing attack. And maybe the Colts are really going to rely a little bit more on the running attack. Who knows? But I'm going to have Seattle beating the Colts here in a very, very close game. In the game I will be at an hour at today. Folks, this episode is pre-recorded in advance. The Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Houston Texans. So, folks, we're into the preseason game, week 3 or week 4. Tampa Bay, they're all their fresh starters for the first quarter. You thought the Texans were bad years ago. Texans are not going to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Texans in this game are going to be a disaster. Tyrod Taylor can't make decisions to save his life. The Houston Texans brought in a head coach who shouldn't even be there in the first place. You don't properly utilize Mark Ingram, David Johnson, or Phillip Lindsay. You're playing the clutch AFC South division rival week 1 at home in NRG Stadium. So you expect someone, Phillip Lindsay, is going to get 20 carries, 130 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's not realistic in NFL. That's not realistic in fantasy football. Now, if you play Madden has a lot of glitches. EA knows that, but they blocked me for 1 refund on Madden 21. We're separating the Jaguars from the Texans in this game. Not just only that they have their starter and feature, you got James Robinson. Now, there are both sides of the ball have questions at the receiver position, and I know the Jaguars' defense is very questionable. You have Josh Allen. They've been trying to shut their first-round quarterback that they drafted in 2020. I don't know what has happened there. So defense is big, major, not just in this game, but this whole season, major question mark for the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. But I'm going to trust Trevor Lawrence and second-year running back James Robinson over Tyrod Taylor and David Johnson. Mark Ingram, Philip Lindsay, favorite young player in the NFL, great player, drafted or undrafted, that came to Denver. Missed him playing in the Denver Broncos jersey. Sooner or later, Tyrod Taylor's going to make a mistake, and the Texans are going to feel pressure on themselves, not necessarily by the media. Maybe it's all about the media, our fans too. Start Davis Mills. Davis Mills was nowhere near ready. Not this year, not next year, the year after. Even in the backups, he threw back-to-back interceptions on back-to-back drives. Clear cut. Even in the nosebleeds that I was sitting in, you could easily tell that was going to be an interception. Jaguars have a young, healthy quarterback and got a great second-year running back in James Robinson, who is a dual threat. Where Travis Lawrence can run the football. He's very good at throwing the football. We saw it in the preseason game. Did a lot of great things in Clemson, won a national championship. The fact of the matter is there's more pressure on the Texans to win this game than it is the Jacksonville Jaguars, because Houston's in a very awkward situation right now in the organization here. You also bring in Mark Ingram and Philip Lindsay when you don't have a long-term answer at the starting quarterback position, not just for this game, but moving forward. So I'm going to have to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game. The Philadelphia Eagles, the Eagles, and the Falcons. This game should be played on Comedy Central, if we're really being brutally honest. The Eagles have Jalen Hurts as their confident starter. They traded for Gardner Minshew, an empty calorie 6th-round pick, who I believe is already better than Jalen Hurts. Bringing receivers who brought back Jordan Howard. Falcons, both teams aren't making the playoffs this year for their divisions. Falcons are in a unfortunate situation with having Tom Brady in their own division. The Falcons or the Eagles, it shouldn't be, maybe a surprise to some people who I pick, but I'm going to have to pick the Atlanta Falcons to win this football game. Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, who on the defensive side of the ball for the Philadelphia Eagles is going to stop Kyle Pitts? That guy is a dog. That guy is a monster to have a fantasy football team for the MSX Sports Network. Super exciting, super awesome. But the question is not moving forward. In this game, we're not talking about making the playoffs. We're talking about just Week 1, NFL Sunday, September 12th, noon Eastern, noon Central Standard Time. Nobody in the corners, not named Fletcher Cox, and defense, not Brandon Graham, is going to be able to stop Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is going to be the main factor in this game for the Falcons, which is why I expected the Falcons to dethrone the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. The Los Angeles Chargers versus the Washington football team. Man, oh man, folks. I know what happened last year. We're not talking about last year, Justin Herbert, Rookie of the Year. None of that matters. We're talking about this season right now. Washington has a much better defense, better running attack, and especially when you have a running back with your Chargers who is out for a second day in a row. This episode is recorded in advance out of practice. So we don't know if he's going to be 100%. Washington has the better offensive line. Yes, they got the better quarterback, but he could have a 2015 half a season in this game where he's not even throw the ball that much. Let Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson take care of the football. And Washington football team is going to win this game. Justin Herbert is going to throw a turnover. I don't know if it's just the Chargers organization or their mentality, but for some reason the Chargers tend to escape from leads. They tend to have leads and can't keep them. You blame that on defense. I mean, besides Joey Bosa on the defensive side of the ball, who do the Chargers have to stop Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson? Who? When you compare the Washington football defense to the Los Angeles Chargers defense, hands down, way up here, Washington football team's defense on paper and on the field. And Chase Young against the questionable offensive line for the Chargers. There's no doubt it's going to be a defensive minded game on both sides for the Chargers and the Washington football team. Hopefully the Washington Red Wolves, they come up with a name. But the Washington football team is winning this game. Running attack, defense, and the receivers. This is the reason why they're going to win this game, but not just this game, but win the NFC East. Next game here, folks, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Buffalo Bills. Ben Roethlisberger, who? Juju, who? Who? Steelers, who? They're not winning this game. You think you can beat Josh Allen? The Josh Allen connection last year was so amazing. Almost 1,600 yards. That's going to translate into this year. Now, I do have a question mark though for the Buffalo Bills. Their running attack is going to have to be a lot better. I know Zach Moss was out most of last year, so that could definitely be presumably, hey, what's going to happen? Who really knows? But what I will say though, the running attack for the Steelers is going to be better. First round pick Najee Harris is going to get most of the touches and could be a reason why they're in this game. Is Ben Roethlisberger going to retire? Who knows here, folks? With Josh Allen, there's something he gets better every single year. And Josh Allen getting better, and everyone going away for the Super Bowl, expect big things from Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in this game, which is why Steelers will not be the Buffalo Bills on NFL Sunday. Next game here is the San Francisco 49ers versus the Detroit Lions. Lions organization, the line of fans, and the line to the Jared Goff. They're lying to themselves. That's the biggest issue here. Jared Goff has nobody to throw to. Whether it's Jimmy Garoppolo, whether it's Trey Lance. The 49ers are winning this game. Should anything else have to explain that? Minnesota Vikings versus the Bengals. The Bengals are super hopeful and good to go. The Joe Burrow is good to go for Week 1 versus the Minnesota Vikings. There's not necessarily a lot to say, but I kind of want to break this down. The Bengals have a garbage defense. They have for a very long time. Joe Burrow got Jamar Chase. Great. You got what you wanted versus what you needed. That's going to be hurtful in this game moving forward. The Bengals can win a couple of games with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase because he's a phenomenal player. Guaranteed they haven't played together since Joe Burrow's senior year in college when they won the national championship. It's been a season off. There is a lot of pressure on the Vikings to deliver. Maybe on Kirk, the organization putting pressure on Kirk Cousins or Kent Cousins to deliver this season. Drafted Kellen Mond, maybe to put some pressure on Kirk Cousins. Maybe in a couple of years when it's time to rebuild, you got your quarterback, so-called unfold of the future for the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins is like, hey, this is my time. We have to deliver in this game. We have to play as a team that we know we can be going into the playoffs if they do have a chance. Defensive-wise, Minnesota, quarterback, obviously Minnesota. You got Dalvin Cook at South, and you got your second-year receiver, Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is going to torch the Cincinnati Bengals defense. Another game here. We got Week 1, a couple more games, and go to today's final thoughts. This morning's final thoughts. The New York Jets versus the Carolina Panthers. I know this could come as maybe a shock to people, but I'm picking the Jets to beat the Panthers in the game. Zach Wilson, rookie year. Corey Davis, young running back, young offensive line. Robert Saleh, head coach, his first game as a head coach in the NFL. All the momentum is towards the Jets, the Panthers. I understand Chris McCaffrey's coming back. Is he going to be 100%? Sam Donner, rear Knights of Robbie Anderson that play together in New York. Is that really going to be enough to stop Corey Davis and Zach Wilson? No way, no how. The Jets are winning this game. Ooh, another good Sunday game. The Arizona Cardinals versus the Tennessee Titans. I can't believe I'm saying this. Maybe some people would be shocked. Maybe some people think, wow, I can't believe John said that. I'm picking the Titans to win this game. I said this before, and I continue to say this. Along as Cliff Kingsbury is the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals will never win a Super Bowl with Cliff Kingsbury as head coach. I'm fully confident in Connor Murray. Everybody's confident in DeAndre Hopkins. We got a veteran receiver, AJ Green. We know what Chase Edmonds is about. We know James Conner can come in occasionally. Substitute for Chase Edmonds. We know what those players are about. Two biggest question marks really is Cliff Kingsbury and the defensive coordinator and Vance Joseph. What type of defensive game plan is Vance Joseph going to have to stop Derrick Henry? Oh wait, I have a cup of coffee. We'll just sit here. What game plan? is Vance Joseph going to have against Derrick Henry? Spoiler alert, there isn't going to be one season. Bad defensive coordinator. It wasn't a good head coach. And they could have our folks about they're going to have to pick the Tennessee Titans and escape Derrick Henry. Even if Julio Jones isn't much of a factor, just having him on the field, it's going to help, especially against a defensive coordinator like Vance Joseph. Cleveland Browns versus the Chiefs. Folks, I'll settle this quickly. It's going to be a close game like this, the Bucks and Cowboys today, or a couple days ago on Thursday Night Football. I'm picking the Browns. Stronger running attack. Yeah, we know Patrick Mahomes. We know, of course, he's in my Broncos division. The Browns need to feed off of what they did last year. As long as the Cleveland Browns can do that, as long as Adele is 100%. The question is, even when Adele was playing in 2018, Browns would play like the Browns were in 2018. So if they can bring him back, he can play like he did in New York. I have full confidence the Cleveland Browns are going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to be a very, very close game. You never know. It can come from your Davy Young Clown. AFC East forever, Week 1, Sunday football. Folks, New England versus the Dolphins. Tua is not a franchise quarterback. Tua is not the answer. Don't lie to the fans. Don't lie to Tua. There were always rumors about the Dolphins trading for another quarterback in the division. Wasn't going to happen. There is no upside that the Dolphins have over the Patriots. Bill Belichick, Matt Jones, the running backs that they have this year, the defensive players that they got back, and the additions they have on the offensive defense side of the ball, Matthew Judon, Geno Smith, all those guys you brought to the New England Patriots. Defense and offense, 100%, without a doubt in my mind, favors the New England Patriots. It's going to come down to the clutch coaching on third and fourth down later in the game, but I have the New England Patriots beating the Miami Dolphins. Folks, we got 3 more games here. Then we're going to have tomorrow night's episode of Monday Night Football pre-show. Will be coming out live here on the God of the Money Entertainment Network. My Denver Broncos, New York Giants. If I'm being honest, folks, Danny Penny, who? It's going to be my Denver Broncos. Complete brain fire. Melvin Gordon, young running back. Gordon's son, hopefully he'll be 100% way ahead of Pro Bowl year in 2019. Noah Fant, Jerry Jeudy coming back and being much better. Man, I know the Giants defense is really, really interesting on paper. Patrick Surtain, Von Miller being back, Bradley Chubb, all those guys. I mean, there's no way Daniel Jones is going to be able to have a great game against that defense. It's going to be the recipe all year for the Denver Broncos. The running attack and the defense, just like it was in 2015 where we won the Super Bowl. I'm not comparing them to that same team in terms of on paper. I have Patrick Surtain, watch out, Offensive Rookie of the Year. These last 2 games, the Green Bay Packers versus the New Orleans Saints. I don't know. It's just like a joke. It's Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. And must love Jameis Winston getting cracked on his eye surgery and doing all those things. Yes, are without a doubt very important. Jameis Winston is not out battling Aaron Rodgers, especially with all the drama. Michael Thomas has already played his last down for the Saints. So take away Michael Thomas from the situation. Saints have no chance. Put Michael Thomas in this equation. The Saints have no chance. It's not going to be like a Bucks and Cowboys game tonight. Aaron Rodgers will destroy on that aging Saints defense. Yes, the Saints made a clutch trade for Bradley Robbie, but he's been around for a couple of teams. So it's not like he's the guy that's going to replace all those young guys he drafted in 2016, 2017 with the draft. Aaron Rodgers is back for his last year in Green Bay before he goes to the Denver Broncos. Jameis Winston, I'm sorry, I respect him as a man, as a quarterback, but there's no way to beat Aaron Rodgers. Last game here for Sunday football before we go to Monday Night Football post and pre and post show. Chicago Bears versus the Los Angeles Rams, folks. I'm sorry. to Matt Nagy and Chicago Bears fans. I am so sorry for this unfortunate news. I'm so sorry for your loss against the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday. There is no way this is all separating from Matthew Stafford to have a really good game against the Chicago Bears. And I know the Bears have they have all those guys that they have. Quinn, you got Kareem, all those guys. But at the end of the day, they're getting older. The Pioneers to get the Super Bowl are gone. You got a quarterback drawing. Are they going to pressure to start Justin Fields? You think Justin Fields is going to outplay Matthew Stafford with all those weapons? Keep Harvard for the Bears. Whether it's Nick Foles or Andy Dalton, on the defensive side of the ball, these Los Angeles Rams have Aaron Donald. It is absolutely and will be, without a shadow of a doubt, a big factor for the Los Angeles Rams why they win this game. Aaron Donald could have a couple of sacks. If nobody on the Bears offensive line is going to be stopping Aaron Donald to get to the quarterback, which is another reason why you shouldn't start Justin Fields Week 1. Any NFL fan can have that. They gave us just a very quick pre-show. The NFL Sunday games are about to start here in just a minute. It's a quick 20-minute show. Thank you all so much for the support, and we will see you tonight for NFL Sunday pre-post show. And we got our money in the table network before in every single show. Let's go do this morning's Final Thoughts. And thank you to everyone that has watched the show this morning and given them the love and support. That definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, means a lot here, and want to thank you for all of that. John Allcorn, a.k.a. from the John Allcorn Show, we got everyone Entertainment Network. Thank you. I can't thank you from the bottom of my heart so much for the support. These episodes will be pre-recorded in advance, but I will be doing my best to respond in the comment section below. Thank you all so much. I'll see you soon.
Know if I've seen someone with the drive and passion to make it in the industry like I've seen with you. Cutthroat. It's very, up and down roller coaster of emotion.
He knows his stuff. He's not afraid to go at people.
Well, last time I checked, this is not the Los Angeles LeBron.